Hello, everyone. How was your day 5 experience updating your resume? Make sure you have 2 or 3 professionals who you trust to proofread your resume before you start sending it out. Day 6, we're going to talk about updating your LinkedIn profile. Especially given the current situation, we're all working from home and looking for work and connections from home. Having a really good, healthy online presence can serve you a lot of benefits. Quick recap of everyday procedure. First of all, I'm going to share a short guidance video like this one, covering one aspect of job search. And then you can download the checklist or the templates at the website, do your homework for the day, and at the end of the day, share your comments or ask for feedback from the LinkedIn group. Let me show you my own example of LinkedIn. I started using LinkedIn for about more than 10 years ago. However, in the last few years, I really have recognized the benefits of LinkedIn of looking for information, building connections, seeking jobs, building my professional profile. I've reaped the benefits of LinkedIn greatly by having lots of connections and by having a comprehensive profile. By all means, my profile is not a perfect one. You're welcome to search for a few professionals of their profile and compare and contrast and build your own. But let me tell you a few major components that you should pay attention to. First of all, you want to make sure you have a good profile photo. You can have a half a body or 2/3 of a body or full body picture against a simple background, professional attire with a smile. Remember, your profile picture is the first impression of you. So you want to make sure it's professional and it's friendly. The background picture here on the screen, this is a picture I took from Europe because I love traveling. So I think having a profile background photo from my hobby shows who I am as a human being more than just a worker bee. It's highly optional. If you choose to have a background photo, then you want to make sure that represents you or your past experience. By clicking on this button, you can change your name, credentials, your headline, location, and etc. I've seen people whose headline says unemployed, looking for work, or administrative enthusiast currently out of a job. Those are okay headlines, they're not perfect. You want to make sure the headlines attract the reader's attention immediately and do not make any assumptions. So for example, if you work in supply chain and you are in career transition, which means you are looking for work, you can simply say seasoned logistics manager. It talks about your experience and also talks about your profession. If you want to showcase that you are looking for work, come to Add Profile section and click on this button. Then you can include information that you want only the recruiters to know or everybody to know that you're looking for work and what are the areas that you're looking for. The About section, I copy and paste from my resume, except I added a few more sentences because the resume, I only have two pages. So here I have a bit more space. I want to make sure I have more details captured. Here is my website. And the articles and activities, I don't have too much choices. So this is basically my recent activities and LinkedIn's algorithm just populated them up here. Experience, I copy and paste from my resume, except I added more details. Again, on LinkedIn, there are less restrictions in terms of spacing or word limits, so I add a lot more details here. I also added my company brochure, my presentation pictures, just again give a holistic picture of who I am as a professional. I've also seen professionals adding their infographic resume or link to their video resume or other PowerPoint presentations or projects they've accomplished. As long as you do not include any confidential or private information, I think that's a great idea. Just a few more experiences I've had in the past. This is the education section where you can include the institution name, your program, your year of graduation. I also included a graduation photo. You're welcome to include details about extracurricular activities you've done at school, special projects, competitions you've won, or other information, relevant coursework that you've accomplished during the education experience. If you do not have a university degree, I think it's okay to show that you've accomplished GDL or grade 12. If you have post-secondary experience, there is no need to include anything that's high school. License certifications, if you have other certifications, professional development certifications, or designations, this is the place where you can include information. Volunteer experience, again, my resume has only 2 pages. So on LinkedIn, I want to show a lot more information about who I am, that I have a heart for communities, and I have a passion for things outside of work. So I have included a lot more details on my LinkedIn. The skills and endorsement section is a very important section, but it's often missed. You can include up to 50 soft and hard skills in this section. Yes, 50 soft and hard skills. This section is important because in Canada and U.S., more than 75% of recruiters, HRs, hiring managers use LinkedIn to connect with people, post jobs, and also search for candidates. A lot of times they don't know your name. They would just put in the keyword search or key skill search and also search by location. So if your profile has those key skills and competencies, your profile will be viewed by these people. The easiest way to add more information to your skill section is by looking at your favorite job postings, a few postings, and see what are the common qualifications requirements. And if you have those skills, by all means, include them here. Recommendation section is optional, but it's recommended. It's like a mini reference that other people wrote for you. Accomplishments. So if I click on this button here, you can include many things here. If you've done journal research publications, patents you've received, courses that you want to brag about, projects you were part of, honors and awards you received, test scores that's above and beyond, languages you speak, other organizations you're part of. Interests, so if I click here, if I click see all, then you can see all the influencers I follow, the people I follow, the companies I follow. So the top 5 employers you identified yesterday, make sure you follow them. If there are companies you're going to go for interviews, you follow them. Groups, I hope you're going to join the Connected Job Seekers group, and I've already seen lots of good requests to come into this group. And I have also joined many other groups. Some are by invitation, some I request to be a part of. The group is really important for you to be participating in there. If you're new to the industry, looking at the kind of questions and articles that people in these groups share can give you great insight into the industry you're getting into. Schools, if you graduate from any institutions, you can follow them here, or any schools of interest that you want to be a part of. Other function I want to show you here is under network. So for first 6 to 7 years when I used LinkedIn, I had less than 500 connections. In the last 3-4 years, I have more than tripled my connections because every day I am using LinkedIn. I'm diligently posting things, sharing things, commenting, liking, helping others, etc., etc. And so every day when I open up LinkedIn, there are people requesting to be a part of my network, and also that I want to be part of other people's network. So by doing so, I have grown my connections quite a bit. An easier way for you to do it is that if there are people who request to be a part of your network, you accept them. Unless there are privacy reasons or special personal reasons, you do not want to accept them. And also LinkedIn's algorithm will recommend who you should be connecting with, or who LinkedIn think that you would know these people or recommend you to be connected with. If you simply connect with them, that's so much easier for you than searching for people's name one by one. Also make sure that either invite people or connect people via this method, you send them a short and friendly message. Yesterday, I received an invitation from a gentleman. He said, "Thank you for sharing the 14-day job search campaign material. I learned a lot. I want to be part of your network." I appreciate the message, so I accepted his invitation immediately. And then let me also show you how you can add more people. This is the checklist for today, so you're welcome to download it. And the first page shows what we have just talked about. The second page of the checklist is about adding more people to your connections. Here I ask you 2 questions. What is your current number of connections? And set a goal for yourself to grow by 20 people on a weekly basis. Do not be scared about the 20 people. is actually very simple. We had talked about accepting invitations from others, using the recommended people you already know, you may know section to add more people. And other ways you can add people who you have worked with, volunteered with, or you currently work with, volunteer with. And also looking at people who you already know, the algorithm on LinkedIn will also say these people are connected with so and so. If you feel there's a common interest or there's a need to connect, you can also invite those other people who are second or third degree connection with you. Adding people from similar industries. So if you have attended conferences or training, you met people, like-minded individuals, by all means add them to your LinkedIn. My habit is always I take my LinkedIn app on my phone when I go to any networking events or job fairs or training, and I add people right there. The 5 employers that you searched yesterday hopefully have more that you're interested. By all means, add their leaders, add their HRs and hiring managers. So it just adds another layer, shows another layer of interest that you have for this company. And also recruiters or headhunters, professors or alumni friends, school friends that you have met through your education. Even though I have graduated for many years, I always go to alumni events when I have time, and I always meet new people. I always learn something new from the connections I made. So that concludes the video for today. Now you can go to the website, download the checklist, and start updating your LinkedIn profile. Want to learn more details about LinkedIn? We did have that covered in one of our 20 pre-recorded online training modules for the job seekers. You can also hire us to do a lot more for your job search. But also make sure that you add me on your LinkedIn. I'll talk to you tomorrow.